Hi, teacher. How are you? And well, here, Randy. And well, this is the first recording of the week. I'm excited to do this because it's the first time in a while that I see new verbs because I didn't know a lot of these verbs that you are showing here. So well, I'll go
Okay,
for it.
here we go.
Well, how I said before, I like all of those um, verbs, so I'm going to choose several of them. And let me see. Okay, targeted. I think that is the pronunciation. And John targeted the rich girls of Calabasas, like the Kardashians. And wielded, I think, no, it's will, yes. And she ran so fast that she looked like a wheeled car, maybe. I trying to practice when to say in participle ending in ed and when to say it ending in ing, like bleeding lights and I'm blinded by the lights. And that, let me see, tiptoed. And it the tiptoed ballet girl is dancing. And did she cancel the concert? And where you use the face soap if it's sorry, teacher, again, where you use the face soap if it was not in your
And the
face?
questions is if I think if it is a standard for British people to arrive this late on a wedding day. And I don't think that it is so British. Honestly, it's some more like so Venezuelan from Venezuelan people because Venezuelan people is always late for any event that they are going to, not only weddings. And if I think the characters so far are charismatic, what do you think if their charm? Um, well, yes, they are charismatic because I don't know. I think that they are like good people, like kind of people that you like to go to a party or something like that because are funny people. It's like clownsy people, and I love to loud a lot. So that's why I think that they are charismatic, and I like to go out with them.
Hi, teacher. This is about the three questions are of the video that made funding for about for the universities in the US. I think they are so competitive because when you have a lot of people that try to enter in your business, on in this case in the college or university, you have to be selective because you you don't need a lot of people in your company. You need the best people and the correct people. In this case it's the same. They don't need a lot of students that don't want to be great in life or don't want to work hard. They need the best of the best, so the la creme de la creme. So they pick with a, a loop, and that's why the process become in something competitive because the students know that they want to be the best to enter in those college and universities, and it'll become in a competition. That is the real life. I think I don't know if in other countries is the same, but from my point of view, the answer is yes, because all the universities around the world want wants the same, and that is to have the best um, students, people that really want to grow up. And for example, in Venezuela, when I tried to enter universities, the process changed a lot, because in Venezuela everything is a monopoly from the government, and I know that this is a topic that we try to we try to not to talk and in the forums, but it's a reality. So when I tried to enter, um, the process changed. But I remember that everyone that entered before of me, like 5 and more years before of me, they told me that it's a hard process and you have to be prepared to enter universities. I'm honest, I'm not impressed. I know that it's hard. In another point of my life, maybe I were impressed, but in this case, I'm not. I'm I have a lot of friends in the United States, but a specific one go out get out of Venezuela 10 years ago. We're still in high school, and she was my best friend, or she is my best friend, and I was there with her when in all the process of enter in the universities, and I learned that it's really hard. So the percentage showed in the video don't impress me. Okay, this is about the other three questions about the other video. And well, the first is that why I think that the studies and the university is so expensive in the US. This is a hard topic, but I think that universities in general have no universities and study house in general have to be expensive, because you need to pay to your workers, in this case the teachers, the coordinators, the generators. So it's a lot of people that you have to pay for for make that everything works. And you have to consider that you are in a physical structure that could have problems, because there are some natural aspects that mm, that influence over the structure. For example, they are called in Spanish like nature force. I don't know if this is the exactly translation. And this force can be horizontal, like rain, and vertical, like um, the air. And the structures are made for, um, I don't know, for to try that this force don't affect the things that are inside of these structures, but okay, these protect the students that are inside, but or that those kids, for those kickings, for saying in a some way, um, are received by the structure. So we have to fix the structure to conserve it. And fix that structure is expensive. So um, when we talk about mathematics, about maths, and you have to pay to your worker plus fix the structure plus other I don't know, like pay taxes and a lot of things to pay it. You have a big number, so you have to be expensive. You have to be expensive to support all those payments that you have to do. And when you have a competition, you need people that can pay it and people that have the open mind to pay for good teachers, for good structures, and all that kind of stuff. So that's I think that that's it's why the college and universities are so expensive. They have many people playing because how I say before people well I don't say this but universities want the best people but people have wants the best studies for them, you know. Obviously we don't want to study in a bad place. We know how is the studying in bad place, and if I'm honest, the studies don't make the professional because if you have the gift you it doesn't matter where you study, but when you study in a good place you have more probabilities of successful and have a successful life and have the house that you want and the car that you want and the family in general that you want, the life that you want in general. So that's why it's so important for us in general, students in general, to study in the best places, and that's why the competition is so hard. Well, this way about the money. I think that universities at the end of the day are companies, you know, and companies always want to make money. So it's sad to hear that, but it's the truth. So if you don't have the money, I think that it's important to have in mind that you have to be able to accept all these kind of thing that you don't like it, but that the university is going to to answer to you and the things that they want you to do that they want you to do. Yes. So sometimes people say that it's important the talent, and in my impression, in my opinion, in my hands, it is important. But when you try to enter in the universities, some of them, I'm not telling that all of them, but some of them don't care if you have the talent or not because you are there to learn. And if you have the money or you are able to accept the things that they want you to do, they are going to choose you because you are there to learn. So if you have the talent or not, they don't care about it because talent is something that you can born with or you can learn. And that's why universities don't care about the talent because if you don't have that talent from from your born, you can learn it. So I think it's more important to think to be able to accept the things that the university want you to do that the talent. But I don't know if it's bigger than the money because at the end of the day the companies want money, you know. So it's a hard topic and an interesting topic, So that's my opinion. Okay, these are the last two questions. The first is, I think that the main request that you need to um, enter in a university or college, mm, if I'm honest, it's hard to say just one because after saw these videos, all these videos, if I'm honest, we need a lot of um, requests, you know. But based it in the last videos, I think that the best request is to be um, awesome because you don't need to have the best point in SAT. Of course, you have to be a high score, but you don't have to. You don't need to have the best score in SAT, in GPAs, in all that checklist, you know. But if you are different and you are awesome, and maybe you don't have the best score, but you are responsible and mature and all these others special aspects about you, you can you're going to be able to enter in any university that you want because I think that we are humans and humans are not perfect even when we say that we are, and we just cannot um, check make a checklist of points because we're never going to to be able to complete with all those requirements, you know, because we are not perfect. We are not just one plus one. We are like a hard equation when you try to find x and you don't know how. Well, that's it is human. So I think that the main request is be of awful. No, sorry, awesome. And I don't know if with my last answer, I answered the last question that is about what is more important, GPS, SIT, or your personal profile. And I think that the personal profile is literally the the most important thing because Dean's playing the video and I think like the same that we are not just numbers. We are not uh, quantifiers and use a test because we are all are different. Um, you when you try with different people, you cannot uh, give them the same test because maybe Crystal is good at chemistry, but Randy is good at the sport. So it's not just about why what you learn in one night, putting on a paper and just forgot all that you learn. It's about your values and what you can offer to the university, and not just to the university. It's about what you can offer to the world after the university. So yes, I think that the profile is the most important.